Okay, he's here.
That Dr. McBride just texted me. Wait a minute, hold on. Dr. McBride.
His class supposed to be canceled, right?
Yeah, but this is him about, yeah, he just got the text I sent him.
Okay.
I'm telling him I tried to send him.
Not cancelled.
Huh?
Huh?
It's not cancelled. I'm here.
No, no.
Oh, no, we're talking about
Dr.
Dr. McBride.
What? What's wrong with the McBride?
He's at a conference. I think he's got his conference tomorrow.
Oh.
I mean, he's working late tomorrow because of his job. But I just sent him yesterday his videos. He just told me he liked them. They're beautiful. His shorts. And I'm telling him I tried. He based them on Khadija, radiallahu anha. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's your video? I don't see you on here.
Hold on 1 second. Brother Muhammad just came into the house.
Okay. Let me text him back while you do that. I tried to.
Brother Muhammad is with me.
Okay. To pick the ones dealing with Khadija and the brain. Sounds funny, but I tried to pick the ones dealing with Khadija and the brain.
Sister Layla.
Yeah.
I have one eye now. So no comments from your group. I have a patch in my eye. I lost my vision last night.
What
my
happened?
right. But no, everybody can laugh on your side.
We're gonna face him the other way from the camera so nobody sees the iPad.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. We've had people with patches before. I've had a patch before. They're not gonna laugh. You know, I've done the patch. You know, I've had the patch quite a few times.
Very bad.
He's a pirate brother and they're married.
Okay, and I can see nothing. Oh, here. Yesterday, I almost on the trip. We came home after Salat al-Fajr from the hospital. From Miami. Yeah, that's very bad, Brother Muhammad.
Will your eyesight come back?
Inshallah, sister. So I have what is here? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's okay. We've had people had to put the patch on before. You know, I've been a patch quite a few times.
Yeah.
For everyone. Yeah. Okay, Bismillah.
You guys still turn your camera on.
Yeah, there. Can I see that?
So now we twins, so we good.
There you go.
I cannot see nothing. يلا إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور وسيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ولا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. الحمد لله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليكم Sunnahfollowers and everybody watching us. That is very, very important topic. I prepared something actually for Muhammad today, and we'll just we'll text each other about the topic.
In Florida, I believe it's
in some states actually 2 weeks,
2 weeks, yeah.
But the school is coming.
School's coming up.
But also before we they always mention Rasulullah. Here's our example how to deal with his kids, with the grandkids, with the community, with the nationwide.
The nation, yeah.
The Islam came through Rasulullah and the Sahaba all over the world, alhamdulillah. Yeah, alhamdulillah. But at the same time, brother, we spoke many times about the struggle of the Muslim in public school.
Yeah.
In fact, you mentioned last time, even Islamic school.
Even Islamic schools.
Yeah. I mean, there's all struggle and struggle. But at the same time, the school is coming. And
many things, bullying, and
Yeah.
this, and drugs, and social media, and everybody have a cell phone now.
Yeah.
And become like a farida
Yeah.
to have a cell phone. That's it. Otherwise,
Yeah.
in fact, before we're going to proceed further with the very important topic, our house is very. I grew up in the occupation, as you know,
Mhm.
and of course, everybody poor.
Yeah.
But in the same time, some people rich.
Mm.
In the same time, alhamdulillah, I was number one in the school.
Alhamdulillah.
Many people actually number one, they are poor.
Mhm.
I don't know how. But at the same time, in the situation here, especially next to in the school, in public school here, in Islamic school, also some people have no money for their family, have a scholarship. The doctor kids, engineering kids, people who don't have the money,
Mhm.
they humiliating, bullying the other.
Yeah. Of course.
We have to face this problem.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
need to learn from you. I want to learn myself,
Yeah.
actually, because I'm a father too.
Alhamdulillah.
Of course, I'm teaching. I want to
Mhm.
learn how to face this kind of serious problem to me. I'm thinking, why? Because when I was a kid, those people tried to beat me.
Yeah. Pick that.
But at the same time, I fight.
Mhm.
I fight. Sometimes my father have to come to school and fight. I fight. Not only, I break also because
Yeah.
I do karate. So I learned this how to defend myself. And anybody bullying in the school,
Mhm.
I boom.
Well,
It's wrong to do
yeah,
that.
you're right, and you have every right to defend yourself.
They defend, yes,
Okay.
but sometimes try to, oh, this, you are poor, you
Yeah.
are this. I cannot handle it.
Yeah.
I'm talking about myself.
Yeah.
And in fact, a lot of our kids, when I speak about this, I look at myself.
Mhm.
I did the same thing. Yes, I'm more than 60 now.
Mhm.
But what do you think, Brother Muhammad, about this?
It's something that's been happening for a long time, right? It's not
Yes.
it's not new.
Okay, that's
Bullying-
make me happy now.
Yeah, bullying is something that's been happening. I mean, you said you're over 60, and how long ago was this bullying to you? This is a long
I
time.
grew up with this.
Yeah, so we know for a fact that this is nothing new. This is something that's been going on for generations of generations.
Our kids in the school, public school is more.
Well, you can say it's in public schools more. We can say it's in Islamic schools more. It's happening, right?
It's happening,
And so
yes.
one of the things I try to explain to children, kids, teenagers, parents is you're not going to be able to stop the bullying. No
Yes.
matter how many times we go into the schools and we talk to the kids, and we explain to the kids, hey, this is bad, this is haram, or this is wrong, or this is, you shouldn't say this, you shouldn't do that. There's always going to be a kid in some school that's going to be the bully, right? It's either the bigger kid, it's going to be the dumber kid, or it's going to be the kid that doesn't have good parenting at home. There's going to be some kid somewhere in one school that's going to have to be bullied, have to be a bully, right? So some of the things I try to explain to the parents is, if the only way you're going to be able to really build up that your son or your daughter to resist that type of bullying, right, to be able to handle that kind of bullying, is to really instill confidence in our children, right? Teach them how to be confident in themselves and who they are. Because you're going to have people make fun of me because of my big nose. You're going to have people making fun of me because I'm short. You're going to have people making fun of me because I wear glasses. There's always going to be somebody making fun of something.
And black also.
Oh, black, white,
Yeah.
Arab, you look like this and you look like that. You're Asian, you're this. It's always going to be some type of bullying that they're going to make fun of anybody. Even the prettiest person or the handsomest guy is still going to be bullied. Why? The majority of the time, it's either they're jealousy, or their lack of confidence in themselves, and they're trying to portray that on somebody else, or they just don't have the right parenting at home to teach them what they're saying and what they're doing at home.
Yeah, I agree.
And think about it. You said, you're poor or you're rich, and we have to have I think we should have a whole session on the definition of success, right? What we define as success, rich or poor, right? Because you go overseas and you see how people live over there. They're not living in mansions. They're living on top of the rooftop, drinking tea and looking at the stars. And they're the happiest people in the world compared to the people here who think they're rich because they have the nicest car, the nicest house. And then you look in their house and they're miserable. I mean, how many times have we seen this, right? We've talked about this on how many occasions where, we see the opposite of what people look on the outside or what people show on the outside.
I grew up, actually, we are 8
Mhm.
from my father. My father. We are 5 girls and 3 boys. And we every night we have no electricity, by the way.
Mhm.
And we live 8 of us in one room. I, my mom and my dad.
Mhm.
The kid every night we will go down and we watch the stars. And every star we have my sister. I have 5 sisters.
Mhm.
And honestly, we are the most even watch the most happy
Yeah,
family.
yeah. So again, you define success as how you want to define success.
Yes.
So when we look at how our kids are being taught in school, now remember, school starting, right? We have a week, 2 weeks left, wherever you're living at. You have a couple days left before school starts. This is the time now you got to tell the kids and define to the kids and explain to them what our definition of success is, right?
I like this. How to be a success.
What do we define it? What's our measurement of success,
Mhm.
right? And so
I like that.
for us as Muslims, you know better than anybody else, what is our definition of success? What do we as Muslims define as a successful life?
For me, my iman, my aqidah, my belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is strong.
So the
That's
closer
to me.
Yeah, so the closer, no, well, it's an Islamic anyway, not just to you, but Islamic rules
Yeah.
dictates that the closer you are to your deen, the more successful you become. Whereas in this society that we live in right now, the more money you make defines how successful you are.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Right? So it's like a reverse, right? So we are told here in this culture, in this society, worship the money, worship the dollar, get money,
Oh.
make, and then you'll be happy. Whereas for us, it's okay, get yourself closer to your deen. Make sure you're doing your 5 times a day prayer. Make sure you're doing your Ramadan the right way. Making sure that you're doing your salahs the right way. Making sure that you're giving the charity the right way. Making sure you're doing everything possible, right? We teach our kids, listen, you can't donate money because you don't work, depending on their age, 15, 11, but you can smile.
Yes.
Right? And smiling is what?
Sadaqah.
Sadaqah. It's charity.
Yeah.
So, you can explain to the kids now, look, you're going to start your new school year. You're going to start your new school year. You're going to come back a different person. This is what you're going to do. You're going to start smiling more while you're in school, right? Start bringing that positive energy out there. And then you're going to have people who are going to whisper, say things, talk trash, explain to them how to react or not to react to stuff like this, right? People make fun of you all the time. It's just, I teach the kids, brush it off. Just don't even look, think,
Oh, I like that.
or even kind of give any type of attention to it.
Hard for our
It's
kids.
very hard because a lot of times our kids aren't built tough like that.
Oh,
We haven't taught our kids how to be tough on the inside, how to develop a thick skin. Let's say, for instance, you got a bully talking trash about you. For me, it was always humor, right? I always used the humor. They make fun of my nose, or they make fun of my skin color, or they make fun of, my hair, or, my height, or whatever they want to make fun of. I figured out a way to make it where I make fun of them back, but in a humorous way about myself, right? And then you start to see they kind of just, okay, he's boring. Let's move on to somebody else, and then they'll move on to somebody else. If you don't give them that type of attention that they're seeking, a lot of bullies are narcissistic. They want you to go back and forth.
yeah.
Right? They want that.
Argument.
They want to argue. They want to fight. They
Yeah.
want to go back and forth until you say something too strong or too harsh, and then they get upset. And then next thing you know, what's happening?
Especially the boys, from the girls, to say I am the one.
Yes. Yeah.
Mostly.
Yeah. Mostly, man. Guys want to show that they're the man.
I know. And actually some girls too.
Girls are vicious. Girls are vicious. They are. They're very vicious girls, and they bully. They do the same thing, and they want to show their friends that they're stronger than the other girl, and it's all about what you want people to see, right? For us, we don't care about what people think.
Yes.
And one of the things I explain to my own kids is I don't want you to think care about what people think about you. As long as you're good with who?
With Allah.
That's all you care about.
Yes.
Right? And so they can make fun of you, they can say whatever they want to say.
Yes.
But you're a Muslim. You're a female. So you're a female who's a Muslim, who's a good Muslim. And you're making your salahs and you're doing everything the right way. Who cares what everybody else is thinking? What's going to happen when you pass away next week or tomorrow or whatever? Are they going to be there backing you up?
No way.
Helping you? Who's going to be there backing you up?
Your amal actually. But the better hold on in the school actually, but also psychologically, how to prepare our kids to go to school psychologically.
It's something that takes a lot of patience and a lot of time.
from the
parents' side.
parent,
From the parents.
from the parents. Yeah.
Especially if you haven't done this already with your kids, right? This is something that you should start doing at a young age, right? Developing that tough skin, explaining to them what's going to happen to them, explaining this might happen. So if this happens, this is how you react. This is how you, like, as a parent, you're supposed to be doing this at a young age, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So by the time they turn 11, 13, 15, they're ready. They're already ready.
Suppose people now in the social media listen to us right now. They have kids, for example, 15 and 16 already.
So you explain to them.
Explain now.
So again,
regardless,
everything's different. There's no one size fits all for every family, right? You can't just say, like for me, like for instance, I'll say I'll make fun of my own kids and make fun of their features or something, so they can get used to that kind of stuff. So when they get to school, oh, my dad already made fun of me for that, so come up with something new.
Well, very important. Please repeat it and explain for everyone.
So understanding that, like, your kids better.
Okay.
Right? Your kids. How their personalities are. So every kid is different. So understanding, okay, my kid is very sensitive. So let me fix on my kid to not be so sensitive. How can I work on my kid to not be so sensitive? Sit down with your kid and say, look, I'm sorry, man, but you got a big nose. And there's going to be some kids out there that are going to make fun of your big nose. So let's come up with all the things that people are going to say about your big nose. And let's get it out of the way. So when you hear it, it's like, oh, really? Can you come up with something new? You go to the bully and say, I've heard that before. That's nothing to me. You kind of start to develop that thick skin in the home.
Exactly.
In the house, right? You develop that in the house, because at the end of the day, as Muslims, we always have to understand something. We're always going to be a target of some type of bullying. We're always going to be looked at differently.
Also, repeat. Also, add to this. Really, I want to know. You are black, or you're not exactly. You are not white. You're not white.
Yes.
I mean, brown or my color, your color. That's why you are. What they think white is number one.
Yeah, and that's kind of something that's been, I think, thrown around a lot more
since Abraham Lincoln.
Since the social media, since the TV screens came about, since movies, since everything, it's always, that's the best. If you're this, you're great. If you're not, you're something's wrong with you. But one thing I always kind of explain is that, being different, right? Coming from a different culture, coming from a different society, whether you're black, white, Arab or Chinese or Spanish, whatever it is, coming from a different culture, we have a different mindset. We bring a different flavor to the society, right? And everybody knows you can't have a society without the mix that we have right here.
Indeed, yeah.
Right. So we are walking, talking examples of what Islam is all about.
Okay. Good. Also, our kids actually sometimes, especially in the first year in school, and they have the people afraid to go to school. Last year they did it bad. And mom, dad, I don't want to go to school. And in the same time, had a lot of pressure on them to go to school.
There's a lot of pressure.
To solve this.
Our kids are getting pressure from society, and they're getting pressure
and
they're getting pressure from us, from the parents. Yeah. So it's not like it was back in the days when we were going through school, when we were doing our thing. It's a different time, right? If you understand that our kids now have social media, have the TV, have the screens in front of them constantly, then they're going to go to school. And so whatever they're watching in their houses, and compared to whatever those other kids are watching in their houses and in front of their parents, or maybe their parents aren't there. Because I know a lot of times I'm hoping that as parents, we're watching what our kids are watching, right? We're seeing what
you mentioned that many times. Brother, very important. This statement, Brother Muhammad, listen to this, please.
Yeah, and please understand something. I'm not trying to say, hover over your children or constantly watch. I'm saying randomly, every so often, we take our kids' phones and let me see what apps you have on your phone. What is this app? What are you watching on this?
Exactly.
What are you seeing on this? And you're not saying it to be a police officer.
No,
you're saying it as, I want to learn.
Exactly.
More than I do about the social media stuff. What is Discord? What is Rumble? What is these apps? What do you do on Roblox? And so when you're asking these simple questions and you're opening up that conversation, you'll start to see a different side of that kid who's teaching you stuff online.
That's very important here.
And then as you're learning, you download those apps and you start to see what's on those apps. And you start to flick through those things. And then you can start to say to your son, well, I saw this on TikTok. Did you see this video on TikTok? Well, yeah, I saw that. But okay, well, let's talk about that video, because that's something that we don't do as Muslims, or we don't portray this, or we don't say this, or we don't talk like that, or we don't move like
I
that.
like that.
You know, you start to engage your kids, and that communication
Yes.
and understanding, and you're letting your kid teach you what's on there. But what ends up happening is, as much as we want to keep the social media away from our kids are going to go to public schools, right? And our kids are going to go to Islamic schools. And those kids maybe don't have parents that are doing the same thing you're doing. So those kids are seeing, watching, and learning from these social media posts that they're looking at, while your kids are just wondering, what is this?
Same thing about social media. Social media, you mentioned before, and now I'm going to say more. Because I know some kids, actually, they left the Islam because of the social media.
Yeah.
Not only that, they're making fatwa, halal, haram. No, they put the whole family in deep trouble because of social media.
You know, you have people that are out there that are really, it's very scary out there. Our kids, if we're not engaging our children, if we're not talking to our kids, if we're not having these continuous conversations, talking to them on a daily basis about what they're seeing, because we're the ones that are going to be the ones to say to them, yeah, I see that guy who said this about Islam, but that's not true. Let's open the Quran and see what it says about what he's talking about, and I'll show you that this guy's lying to you. Because a lot of times when you hear these kids who are leaving Islam, they're leaving Islam for the wrong reasons. They think, oh, I heard this guy on TikTok, he said that Islam says, you know, this, and this, so I don't want to be a part of a religion like this. This is haram, my God, this is bad. Why do I believe? And so you have to talk to your kids and say what you're hearing or what you're listening to. And this is to the children too. Like, hopefully there's kids watching this. Talk to your parents and answer the question. And ask them the question. And
sorry for that.
It's if you're a kid and you're not talking to your parents
It's fine.
I can see. Yeah, that's fine. If you as children, we have to be the ones to let our kids be comfortable enough to come and talk to us.
Yes.
Right. And so if we're constantly yelling at our kids and constantly badgering, constantly blaming, they're not gonna want to come talk to you.
Listen to this. Again, please repeat again for everybody to listen. This is important.
Understanding you want to make it comfortable for your kids to come talk to you.
Okay, number one, you need communication, you and your child.
If you're the kind of parent that's a constant yeller,
yelling, at your child,
screaming,
male or female,
doesn't matter, because kids are the emotions are basically the same at a certain age. If you're constantly yelling, if you're constantly
and give names
and cursing or saying these things to your children, they're not going to want to come and talk.
There's no way.
Who are they going to talk to then?
It's strangers. Yep.
And we have so many strangers on our phones.
Oh, many strangers in our cell phone.
On our cell phones. We used to tell our kids, don't talk to strangers, right? That's what we used to tell our kids. Don't talk to strangers. Don't. Now we have our social media where there's millions of
in our hands,
millions of strangers telling you if you put coconut oil on your face will look 100 times younger. Then you flip over to the next screen. If you put coconut oil on your skin, it'll make your skin deteriorate. You have to. So it's like the kids are getting so many different opinions and professional people talking to them and telling them. Then you have a professional Muslim who's now an ex-Muslim who says, I left Islam because it says Prophet Muhammad was this guy who did this and who did this.
Yes.
And how many times have you seen this before?
A lot
of times.
But a lot of people that were destroyed the Islam in this social media.
Yeah. And again, I explain to the kids, especially our kids who are in Islamic schools, who are leaving Islamic school to go to a public school, right? Because I know in this area we have 8th grade Islamic school up to 8th grade, and then they kind of go over to the high schools, and they leave this little bubble of Islamic. It's okay. They leave this bubble of Islamic knowledge and love and care. Then they go to the bigger schools where I try to explain to them, you're gonna see some stuff that you haven't seen in Islamic school. Be prepared. Let me and for the 8th graders, I do this. I prepare them to and tell them the truth, because I do go to the schools. I go to the public schools and I see these things. So I explain to them, you're gonna see kids picking on kids. You're gonna see fighting in the middle of the lunchroom and nobody's gonna stop it. You're gonna see stuff in the bathroom, that kids doing drugs in the bathroom and kids doing stuff in the bathroom that you don't see in Islamic school. Be ready for this. Avoid those areas. So I prepare these kids, and then I hear towards the end of that year when they go into 9th grade and they're going to 10th, they see me in the masjids and they say, brother, everything you told me about 9th grade was true.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Was true. And alhamdulillah, you told me, because I was prepared to leave. I was prepared to walk around. I was prepared to walk away. And if I'm doing this with these kids, this is something that the parents should be doing. Parents should be getting these kids ready. You as parents, we have a responsibility for our kids to know what school our kids are going to. We got to know what's happening in those schools, right? Because a lot of times we just send our kids off to these schools and we don't.
Yeah, no idea.
We'll call it, we're done. We did our job. We dropped them off at the school. We dropped them off at the bus stop, and I don't have to worry about it anymore.
That's a disaster.
That's a disaster.
I agree.
You gotta know what's going on in the schools.
So about social media, brother, we just mentioned that. Yes, everybody will use it that. But how, as a parents here, how to learn how to make that social media benefits for my child and for our household and the community. Yeah, a lot of in the social media disaster by that, because as you mentioned before, we're not watching our kids or watching, but at the same time we cannot prevent our kids from that.
Absolutely.
But we need complete solution, a resolution, something for our kids to watch. But what?
Well, you have to look at your kids. Like, if you have social media, one of the things I tell parents is look at your kids' For You pages, right? The pages that they just kind of scroll through.
Okay.
Right. Look at those pages. Look what they're watching and see what they're watching, and then you can kind of gauge of what.
But how in the phone?
Yeah, you take the phone and you say, "Let me open up your TikTok. Let me open up your."
That you can tell who
what they're watching.
Really?
Yeah, you see who they're following.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can see who they're following. You can see what they're watching, because, maybe 10 years ago, you would have to press the follow button to follow somebody, so you can you constantly see their stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Now you don't have to follow anybody. You just have to watch it for more than 5 seconds, and now the algorithm says, "Oh, okay, you like."
Oh, yeah, I noticed.
Yeah, you like this, so I'm gonna keep showing you more of these videos. I'll give you an example. If I watched one of Sheikh Uthman's videos, and I like what he's saying, so let me put it on while I'm driving so I can listen. Now TikTok thinks I want to watch his videos constantly, or videos like this, right? And so they'll now TikTok will say, okay, when I scroll, the next scroll will be another Islamic video,
Yes, you're right.
And then what they do is they'll randomly send some other video in there to see if you'll watch that video or not. And if you watch that video, okay, he likes this as well. So let's send these videos. Now, so one flip will be an Islamic video. The next video will be, I don't know, a car video, like how to fix your car or something like this. So that's what you'll constantly see on people's For You pages. So 5-6 years ago, when I would go to the schools, I would tell the kids, show me your friends and I will show you what kind of person you are. Right? Because you are who you hang out. Now I tell them, show me your For You page and I'll tell you what kind of person you are.
Wow.
Because that's what you are. You are what you're watching.
So you would understand, me as a parent, I have to watch the phone of my kids.
And it's not.
And sometimes they're busy.
Yeah, and I'm not saying every day.
But the parents busy.
You know what? You're not. It's your kids, and I apologize for the parents who are always busy. I get it. We're working. We're hustling. We're trying to make money.
But you have to have time.
You're the one who decided to have kids. So you have to make the time to say, okay, let me raise some really good, strong Muslim kids, right? Because at the end of the day, that's what we believe in as a legacy for ourselves. Yeah. They're gonna carry your name. They're gonna carry everything about you when we die. What do you want them to carry?
Exactly, legacy.
Legacy.
Yeah, but some parents Did you know that mean their kids are bullying, somebody bullying them, bother them in school?
Mhm.
The kids sometimes afraid to speak. But how do you know my son, some people are bullying my son? Or my
So,
daughter?
and this is again where it comes down to how do you communicate with your kid on a regular basis,
Mhm.
or on a regular daily basis? How do you communicate with your kid? Because there's parents, there's houses where I mean, you know, as much as I do, when we go into these houses and we hear the way they talk to each other, the parents to each other, the husband and wife, the way they talk to each other, the kids, the way they talk to the parents. When you see that, and of course, you know, when we first come in, it's always nice and they're always so, you know, perfect, right? And then you know, you spend 30 minutes, 40 minutes, then you start to see
Different.
they're different, right? Because
Yeah.
they can only hold that fakeness for so long.
There's a time.
For 30 minutes, 40 minutes, then the real truth comes out. And then the next session you come in, it's even worse. So you can see that happening. And then so if you're not giving your kid a chance to communicate with you in a positive way, they're not gonna want to tell you anything. So again, as a parent, if you're not talking to your kid, then the next best thing you can do is go to the school and say, how is my kid doing in school? How are the kids treating my son or my daughter? And you'll see some of the teachers, okay, well, this parent looks like a concerned parent. I think one thing parents don't realize is if you're not going to make an attempt to talk to the schools, to talk to your classrooms, to talk to your teachers, they're not going to make an attempt to talk to you.
Indeed.
Unless something drastic is happening. Unless there's a problem.
Yeah. But at the same time, bullying actually online.
Online bullying,
social media.
Yeah. And it's I'm glad you said, because we just actually left. We have a crime center that we have that we just did a tour of, and we has a bunch of kids, and we explained to them, you know, kids were not asking questions, so I was asking the questions during that time, and because they were nervous, they were shy, or whatever the case may be. So I said, you know, one of the questions I always get is the police always watching our conversations? And the guy explained, he said, we don't have time, the resources to listen to all these students' conversations and all these kids' conversations. But what we do have is AI. And we do have terms and little pop-up words and little flag words that we put flags on. So if a person says this or a person says that, we know, okay, we got to watch this person and see what they're saying. So the AI will pop up, say, hey, this Dermali said, you know, this. We have to make sure that we watch Dermali for a couple of weeks, see what's going on with him. Is he a threat? Is he not a threat? So
the police.
The police.
But can parents do that? No.
So this is where, again, it comes into play where you got to be able to take the phone from your kid. One of the parents came up and said, well, I give my kid privacy.
A lot of
parents say privacy. And I couldn't help but smile and laugh, because I know this kid. This kid is 10 years old, 10 or 11 years old. I think he was 11 at the time. What kind of privacy does an 11-year-old need?
Exactly.
You're the parent. You're making an excuse. I'm giving my kid privacy. No, that's a way of saying I'm too lazy.
I'm free.
Yeah,
my child is free.
My child's free. My child I trust my kid. And I said, it's not about your kid. It's about who's talking to your kid.
Yeah. I mean, whoever following and they are watching or speaking with.
Exactly.
So we have to watch our kids in that, that especially child.
Especially, anybody who's, on a cell phone or on any type of social media platforms.
Also, a lot of kids actually have so self confidence.
Yeah.
You don't have pick up in that city.
Yeah.
But a lot of you don't have self-esteem.
Yes.
What? But it's a problem.
It's a big problem because, and again, it's bigger now than it was before. And
wow.
And it's what amazes me is, with all the intelligence that a lot of the kids have, they're really smart. Kids are really smart. They know, and because they do it themselves, they know a lot of times the social media, 95% of the time, it's filters.
Yes.
Right? It's filters.
You mentioned that filters, but how
it can make me and you look good.
We are good.
No,
we are Muslims.
No, look good.
We look good.
But we have this knowledge that we know that whatever we're watching is most likely fake.
Most likely fake.
But the kids still think, oh, well, I got to look like this in order to be confident in myself. I have to have this kind of body, or I have to have this kind of, beard, mustache, or I have to be like a girl. I have to dress like this, because if I don't dress like this, then that's not nobody's going to look at me, or I'm going to be ugly, or I have to wear all this makeup, because if I don't wear makeup, and it's amazing because, I talk to these
Wow.
kids and explain to these kids, and I said, it's filters, right? That picture probably was only 5 seconds. And then that person's miserable for the rest of their life. They're not really that happy.
Yeah.
Right. And it still plays with their head because they see it so much.
I want to say, yesterday, brother and sister, I was in the hospital. Oh, by the way, I'm not a pirate.
Yeah, he was trying to steal my ship. But
no, I got a problem. The lens in my eye yesterday moved, so unfortunately I cannot see my right side. So inshallah, tomorrow, after tomorrow, I went to the hospital yesterday for my eye until 3 o'clock in the morning. I saw at 2 hospitals. Every hospital, I say one girls I come to the hospital and young, and a lot of makeup in their faces, a lot of makeup, and not only that, they're what they call the eyelashes big like this, like a lion or like something.
Camels.
Well, what is this? How I believe those kind of people have a low confidence and self-esteem.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But if our kids doing, I didn't see Muslims doing that. But if our kids doing this,
you don't see Muslims. I've seen Muslims doing this.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, but how to?
They wear hijabs and they wear so much makeup and because again they're so their mindset is so flipped that because of what they're watching on the social media platforms. Right? And so when you are
watching,
when you
imitating
and then you don't have the parents who say, listen, that's not. This is not who we are. This is not, you don't wear hijab and super tight clothes. That's not who we are.
But how to fix it?
Again, communicating, talking, explaining.
That means everything, Brother Muhammad, Jazakallah khair, communicate with the kids.
Yes, absolutely.
But in the same time, with no force.
No. It's
no force.
It's you're talking and you're explaining with genuinity and love. Right? We have
Allah said that in the Quran.
Yeah.
وَجَادِلْهُمْ بِالَّتِي يَحْسَنُ. Argue with them in a very gentle, nice way.
Absolutely.
Regardless, a lot of parents working very, very hard, and not parents, both of them work hard.
Yeah.
Come home and things like peace. You kids need also attention more than even your work.
Absolutely. We put so much focus in making money, and paying the bills that we lose focus of our kids, right? A lot of times I'll hear it where, especially the fathers will say, "Well, I work full time and I pay the bills and they have food over in their bellies and they have a roof over their head. Halas, my job is done as a father."
That was not.
And I said, well, maybe if you were 50 years ago, maybe that was true. Maybe 20 years ago, that could have been a possibility. But I'm talking about now.
Yes.
In the last era, in the last 5 to 10 years, our kids needed more attention now than we've ever needed growing up.
Yes.
Right? Because I remember going outside and we never come back in the house until nighttime. But now we have to have these fathers who have to be able to communicate with their daughters, with their sons, with their wives. It's not just about going to work and coming home and I want food on the table and then my clothes need to be clean and the house needs to be clean. No, that's not how it is anymore.
Not the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Yeah, not the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Yeah.
And that's who we should be copying.
Yes.
Right? I know it's hard. We're not going to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. Right? And I'm not saying anybody's perfect. I'm not perfect. We all have our.
Anyone being, brother.
We're all human.
We're human beings.
And we're not prophets, right? We're not.
But we are human beings.
We're humans. And when we talk about what we talk about with these guys, with everybody online, we're talking about making small changes, right? And one of the biggest things,
step by step,
small, and you'll start to see big changes happen.
Yes,
with the small changes that you
learn, inshallah.
Yeah, inshallah.
Yeah, but also. How to help our kids when they feel, okay, for example, had an exam last year, new year, but have a struggle with the math, a struggle with the physics, a struggle with this, and I feel I'm fashion, like I'm losing. How to encourage our kids with something struggle with, like a mathematics?
I think that one of the things that we have a hard time doing as parents, especially parents, is asking for help
for our kids,
for anything. Our kids mimic who we are.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're going through a tough time figuring something out as a parent. Let's say you're having a hard time figuring out your money aspect, and then you're constantly looking for $5, $10. Oh, I need gas, but you're making good money and you're not really good at handling your money. It's okay to ask for help. Our kids are watching you not ask for help. Oh, I'm a Zenima. I don't want to ask for. So as a parent, explain to your kids, it's okay. Look, I'm very bad at math, right? I'm lucky. I know 2 + 2 = 4, but I needed help. So I'm gonna go and say, hey, I need some help with math. I need a tutor. I need something from the school, because the schools offer so much assistance.
Okay, go back. Schools offer a lot of things.
A lot of things
for the kids if the kids ask for
it. And as a parent, if you're not on top of your kids' grades, if you're looking at your kids' grades and you see A and then an F in math and an A, there's a problem.
Yes, that
Right.
means what you have to do.
You have to say to your kid, hey, what's going on with math? Oh, I don't get algebra. I don't understand it. Okay, so let's ask the teacher. Let's go to the teacher. There's steps, right? There's steps. Hey, listen, my kid's having a problem in math. How do I fix this? Oh, well, listen, I have an after-school math tutor group that he can come to.
Most likely.
Most likely, of course.
Plus, email.
Send email. So,
Every
yeah.
a child have an email. Send,
Absolutely.
Communicate.
I would always, and I'm glad you said that, because as a parent, and this is to all the parents out there, the best form of communication is through email. Email becomes a documented.
Yeah, document.
That you're trying, right? And if nothing works, you can always take those emails and say to the principal, look,
exactly,
I've been trying to ask for help.
Please, very important. Repeat it again to everyone, please.
Email is documentation. If you're communicating with your teacher verbally, or you're going to the schools, it's not enough. Emails are going to be your concrete evidence that says that you tried everything.
And mostly the teacher will reply back before their position in the school.
Yeah, if you look at the School of Code of Conduct, right? For your specific county, every county has a different code book. You'll see it'll say if you email a teacher, they have 2 days to respond, 2 school business days to respond. Or 1 business day, or 3 days. It depends. Every school is different. Every
1 or 2 maximum.
Yeah, something like that. So look at that stuff and say, okay, well, I emailed this teacher on Monday. It's Thursday. I still haven't heard back. I'm gonna send 1 more email. You don't hear back until and by Tuesday of the next week. Okay, now I'm gonna go and email the principal. You're gonna email the same email. You're gonna forward it to and listen, I've been trying to reach this teacher. And that's when you're going to start getting responses.
Yes.
Right. And look, it's okay to be that parent.
It's okay actually to ask for the help if you don't know how to fix the problem home.
Yeah. If you're a math teacher and you can help your kid do math, go for it.
Okay.
I will say one more thing. I'm sorry, but I'm glad you brought up math, because there's not a lot of us that are really good with math. Right? A lot of people don't like math or don't like numbers. If you're a Muslim brother or sister who is a math teacher or great with math, and your business relies on math, and you want to offer some services to your masjid or to your local community, go to your imams, go to your masjid and say
like that, and
say, listen, my name is Muhammad. I have Thursdays off from work. I want to donate and give my time. If anybody needs math help,
listen to this.
Yeah,
it's very important.
It's very important.
Yes,
don't be shy. Like, use your skill sets. Maybe you don't have a lot of money, but you have a skill. And if your skill is math, please, I'm begging you, because I could have used it growing up. Go to your local imam, go to your local masajid, make a little business card or make a little flyer or make something and sell yourself to the masjid. Look, if you have kids within the age group of 15 to 19, I'm good with statistics, pre-algebra, algebra, calculus. I'm offering free tutoring, and let the Muslims give their Muslims another reason to come to the masjid.
Yeah, exactly. What about the kids? It's not elementary school. I mean, not the first school in the school. The kids normally in the first school or the first year, like 5 years, 6 years, they love to go to school.
Of course, it's fun.
But after that, some kids, I hate the school. I don't want to go to school.
Yeah, it's their experiences, right? Whatever they're experiencing.
Yeah, but how to fix it?
It's again, it goes back to communicating. What happened in the school year? Why don't you like to go to school? A lot of kids don't want to go back to school because they don't want to wake up early. Right, they got so used to the summer schedule.
After door.
Yeah, You're right. They
Yeah.
Mm. So that's one of the biggest problems. But that's when we have to give those kids a push, right? No. You're going to school.
Mm.
There's no reason for you not to go to school.
Mm.
And that's kind of what I've been telling the parents. Like, we have to. For me, it's okay. 4 days left of school. Let me start getting my kids back in the swing of sleeping early, going to bed early. And now I'm going to tell you guys this is where you have to now learn how to tire your kids out earlier so they can go to bed sooner.
Again, same statement, repeat it again. It's very important, brother, also.
It is.
Especially school starts very soon.
Very soon. So
normally in summer, everybody will sleep after midnight.
yeah.
Control the kids now before the school starts.
Yeah, get it. It's preparation.
Plus, here, the very important. A lot of positive kids in the school, and a lot of kids also negative.
Mhm.
Positive, negative. But I want my son to be always positive.
Yeah,
positive.
absolutely.
But how? But not everybody.
And not everybody. And you have to, if you're not talking to your kid about, surrounding yourself with positive peers, right? I'm pretty sure a lot of the schools have Muslims, right? Muslims in the schools, and Islamic schools and non-Islamic schools. I know in our schools we have a lot of our kids who are Muslims go to the public schools and they make little clubs. What are they called? The Muslim
Muslim
MSA.
MSA and MSO also.
Yeah, so
MSA,
they have organizations for Muslims, and so you want to put your kids in a public school. Make sure you try to push that kid, steer that kid in that right direction.
I always send the people go to school, university, go straight to MSA, MSO.
Yeah,
be involved with that. Be part.
Get involved. See who's there, who's like you. Right.
In fact, when I came to America, we have an MSO for the International University, and the second year they make it actually a female president. I was against it. I was against it in the beginning, and honestly, I was completely wrong.
Yeah.
Why? The whole semester, that girl, she made it the MSO in that time the best MSO ever. Not only that, from that MSA, 2 messages from the kids. They rebuild. So my point, regardless, we want our kids to be involved with the MSA, Muslim League, or MSA and MSO, both of them, will be involved. Even public schools.
Even public schools. And I think they usually start at 9th grade. I think 9th grade of the high schools is where they start
your best.
The MSA. So once you get our kids involved in the high schools, you want to push them and steer them into the right area, right? Into the right direction of who you want to surround yourself. Because we can't be with our kids 24/7.
Oh, if not, it started.
Exactly. If they don't have it, they can start something. I'm pretty sure you have
even 2 people, 2 Muslims.
I'm pretty sure you have more than 2 Muslims in a school.
Yes.
And if you can connect with your Muslim friends or Muslim people, start something.
Now in the summer, that's very important. In the summer, a lot of our kids, of course, as we mentioned that before, addicted to the phone, to the laptop, iPad, and so on, social media, TV.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But school starts now and become like addicted.
Yeah. And again,
addicted. And because I know some people, they have a problem with the parent. But we cannot force it. Boom, stop. That's it. No. There's no way.
So how did alcohol become prohibited in Islam?
So it was Mecca first, and then after Allah said in the Quran, do not drink when you are praying.
Okay.
And then after that in Medina, Allah prohibited completely.
So it was a gradual
3 steps.
Yeah, it was a gradual stop.
Yeah.
Because Allah knows that if you take something from somebody immediately, though us humans.
Oh, I like that.
Allah knows. Okay. Allah knows us better than we know ourselves, right? So Allah knows. Okay, these guys are addicted to alcohol. They're addicted. Any addiction is an addiction. Doesn't matter. It's alcohol, social media, drugs. We know vaping. We know. Now science tells us taking something away from somebody immediately is going to be a disaster.
Yes. But how?
But so, in Islamically speaking, we know through Islamic knowledge and the hadiths in the Quran, we know it's a gradual process, right? So now is the time where, okay, we have a week left, we have 2 weeks left. Let's slowly start getting away from, okay, put your phone down, we're going to do a puzzle. put your phone down. We're gonna.
Oh,
I need you to clean and do the dishes.
so you prepare
You'll
yourself.
start to slowly get them off, right? Because like Allah said, you don't take things immediately. The addiction will be bad.
Okay.
The results will be terrible.
Some states, they're very good here. Some states, they prevent the kids to have the cell phone inside the classroom, period.
Absolutely.
And the kids make an uprising, even parents.
Yeah.
Even why? Because everything, question, answer, this is online.
It's all online. You just
But
put
it's-
your phone on the phone and it tells you all the test
Yeah,
answers.
but if there is school, of course, there's the best school. I believe that the best school is supposed to know kids with but if our kids, okay, now to stop our kids to be addicted, especially at school start. But we need an advice from you, Brother Muhammad. So I stop watching Jazeera channel, boom, boom, boom.
So you have to understand that right now our kids' times are not filled.
Not so.
Yeah, our kids have way too much time on their hands.
Mhm.
Right, they're home. They're not doing anything. Maybe you went on vacation and you came back and there's nothing going on for the next 2 weeks, so your kid has nothing to do for 2 weeks or for 1 week.
Watch.
So what are they doing?
Watching.
They're watching. They're scrolling. They're playing. They're doing whatever they're doing because now you are back to work or you're going back and you're doing your thing, but your kid now is at home. And then in your head you're saying, well, I took my kid. I did my job. I took my kid and we traveled and we did everything. We don't realize as parents, our kids are in constant need to be busy.
Absolutely.
And the best thing
Yeah.
for kids is routine, right? We have to schedule and we have to set a schedule for our kids. Okay, at this time you're going to be doing this. At this time all right, you got to do the dishes. You got to take out the trash. You got to do this. So we have to put our kids on a. It's funny, but if we don't put routine in there, they're going to be. I have nothing to do. I'm just going to sit here and scroll. And so you're giving them the opportunity to just do nothing.
That's a very good point, brother. Especially a lot of kids, for example, for the garbage, even. Put the garbage outside.
Yeah.
Okay, mom. Okay, dad.
Yeah.
Okay, mom. Mostly mom.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the mom to go
Take the
outside.
trash.
What do you have to do?
So it's funny. I'm glad you.
The kid.
Yeah, I'm glad you. I can't say that online. Well, if you have a question, we'll talk personally. But it's amazing to see when I confront a dad about a father about these things. I just take it out myself, but it's easier.
Oh, again.
I'm
asking. This is very important here.
Yeah.
Some parents say, "No, I will do it myself. I don't want to bother myself."
Yeah, exactly. It's easier for me to just take out the trash
But
than for me to bother my kid.
I teach my kids to be lazy.
Yes.
And do not ask, everything. Kun fayakun. Be or be.
My dad will do everything. My mom will do everything. If I just don't have to.
This statement is very important statement.
Yeah.
My mom, my dad do everything.
And I don't
What
have
about
to.
me?
Yeah, I don't have to because they
Eat and drink and that's it.
and that's it. And watch social media and play video games.
لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. اللهم اهدينا جميعا يا رب العالمين. SubhanAllah, I have many questions here. But okay, in the same time, I want to prevent my kids. Somebody have point again. Why? Because I hear this a lot. To prevent my kids to be bullied by somebody bother them in the school, especially with in high school with a football team with a T-shirt. Oh, I'm a hero.
Yeah.
And those people, to me, the most low people but they are handsome sometimes.
Yeah.
And they are football team.
Yeah.
But also, and then not only that, because I'm talking with the fact. And then when you see a person small or this, make a joke.
They make fun of you. And
because sometimes my son, I cannot tell my parents what's going on.
Yeah.
But it's very important.
It's embarrassing, right?
What to do?
It's embarrassing for a kid to admit that they're getting bullied.
Okay, but how to make the kids speak to me as a parent in order to fix this problem. For example, for me, if one of those people come to bother my son, I don't care about legal.
Yeah.
I will boom.
Well,
I will fight that. Me, some people go to principal. Some people speak to that person. They are arrogant, by the way. With all my respect.
Yeah.
Because I know. They're very arrogant.
Yeah.
Why? Because I'm a champion. Especially with the T-shirt, with the coach of the football team. But brother, we want to teach the parents to teach our kids to be avoid this kind of conflict
It's tough because
stuff.
it's hard because we don't, if we didn't already instill this confidence in our kids at a young age,
Mhm.
and we're talking about now kids who are 15, 16, 18 years old going into high school without that knowledge, without that experience of how to be a confident, strong warrior, right? We call it like a silent warrior, right? You have to, that's how we have to be as Muslim men, right? We can be gentle, but we also have to be a warrior when we need to be a warrior, right? If we have to defend ourselves, if we have to watch our own backs, if we have to be strong at certain times, we have to teach our kids at this point, this is where you're going to be the man, firm and steadfast in who you are. If you haven't taught your kids at that young of an age, at 5, 6, 7, 8, they're not going to be like that at 15, 16, 17, 18, right? They're going to be soft. And you still, like, I know parents will always say, well, my kids are too old now. They're 19 years old. That doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter what age you are. I don't care if you're 30 or 40 years old.
As far as you try inside the house,
Yes.
in charge.
You still have chances to fix our kids, to make them more confident, to make them more steadfast, to make them more stronger. Doesn't matter what their age is. You know better than that. How old are you now? You said you're over 60. You're still going to the gym. You're still working out. You're still exercising.
Not only my wife and I will go for the race 35 miles.
And she always beats you.
No, last time that she beat me, she's number one actually. But inshallah, this time 35 miles. It's
a lot. It's a lot. But this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying it doesn't matter how old our kids are. We can still teach our kids to be confident
indeed
in themselves, and to come to you, a father or a mother, let them be comfortable to come to you and say at a dinner table, right? Because I don't think people here, I don't know how many people here have dinners with their kids, right? At the end of
what?
Who eat dinner with their kids?
What?
As a family, family dinners.
That mean the parents have to have a dinner together.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I expect, except for during Ramadan.
Of course, Ramadan, everybody eat together.
Yeah, but when do we eat together and have these conversations with our kids where, all right, I'm making rice and noodles and let's have dinner.
Me and my wife.
Yeah. But our kids.
Our kids
and people with kids. It's tough because the dad comes home late or the mom's working late and the kid comes out of school at 4 o'clock.
Especially if both of them work.
Especially if they're both working. So I know it's hard for parents to have that dinner time, like back in the days.
But, I know. We should have this.
We should. And honestly, it's one of the things I really kind of tell the parents that I'm having the counseling sessions with is, when is the last time you had like a sit down dinner together?
SubhanAllah, we grew up actually in incubation all my life. We are 8 in the house, my mom. A breakfast, 8 of us, my father, we have to eat together.
Yeah.
In night time, same thing. Except when you come back from the school, everybody different school. We're 8.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but suppose.
But you set a time.
Yeah.
You set a time to have that dinner together.
Yes. Then my mom is the farida.
And again, you're coming from a different time frame, right? You're coming from a different era.
But regardless, we are family.
Yes, but now we're talking about a time frame where the mom has to work, the dad has to work, in order for them to pay the bills, right? They make this life so difficult to have a one income house anymore. So I'm not saying every single day of the week we should have dinner with our kids or we should have a family dinner, but try as you can at least twice a week, once a week.
Oh gosh.
You try to bring the family together to have those conversations.
Yes.
Imagine, and I want people to imagine this. Imagine if you're a family member or family hasn't had that in a while or since Ramadan. Imagine the conversations that you can have with your family, with your sons, with your daughters, if you're sitting at a dinner table laughing and having a good time. Because kids will open up so quick when it's in a good mood.
I like that.
Right? When the kids are happy, when they
open their hearts.
The same thing when I do classroom management. Right? I tell the teachers, if you're going to be one of those teachers that's constantly yelling and screaming and being mean, you think those kids are going to want to learn from you?
There's no way.
They're going to say, man, I can't wait till this class is over with.
Yes,
just want to get out of here.
doing that, yes.
And so they're going to try to cheat their way through.
I know some kids who don't know yes. Time is very fast, subhanAllah, brother and sister. But the training and the tarbiyah, for the household is a responsibility for every Muslim, husband and wife, and also whoever in the household, everyone has his own responsibility.
Absolutely.
At the same time, if you have to know who is responsible for what exactly.
Yeah.
It's really important, brother and sister.
And so I'm glad you said that, because you have to explain to the kids what they have to do, right? And you got to be really direct and concrete with the children.
That's a very important point. Concrete
And direct.
and direct.
Yes.
And do it that there is no other way.
Yes. And you got to be very detailed. You don't just say, go do the laundry. Well, what does that mean? There's many parts to doing the laundry.
Exactly.
There's washing. There's taking things out of the washer, putting them in the dryer, taking the stuff out of the dryer, putting it in the basket. There's taking it out of the basket. There's folding the laundry. There's putting the laundry away after you fold it.
That didn't teach your son,
Teach
your
your
daughter,
kids,
their kids
Yes.
to do 1, 2, 3
Yes.
steps.
Yes.
Why? Because it's a responsibility and a great responsibility for everyone.
And I've seen it before where the parents will say, well, I tell the kid to go do the laundry and he just took the stuff out of the dryer and put it in the basket.
Teach him.
Does he know how to fold laundry? Well, he should. It's common sense. No, it's common sense to you.
To you.
Because you've done it so many times.
Until now, every time I do that, she teaches my wife, no, like this. Every time. I'm learning. Even me, I'm learning. Trust
Well,
me.
you're from Gaza. They don't have washing machines there, no?
No, my mom with her hands. Well, that's good. And when I grow up, my mom should do that by her hands. No, washing be free. Yeah.
And you hang the
And
clothes
she
on the
makes
houses.
her own soap.
Yeah, from all
My mom.
Yeah.
From the trees.
MashaAllah.
They make soap. My mom. She's artist.
MashaAllah.
May Allah give rahmah all of them. But brother and sister, our kids, our family is responsible. And Allah will ask us about that responsibility. May Allah guide us and guide our kids and all our family. Time is very fast. SubhanAllah, we're almost at the club. But if you have any question, I have 2 minutes left. If you have a question, just ask no.
Amen. I'll make my statement. It's important for parents to give children chores to do.
Yes.
I don't care if they're dusting the eaves of the house, if they're washing windows, cleaning their rooms, throwing out old stuff, bringing in new stuff. You got to give a child stuff to do. They got to have stuff to do. If they don't have things to do in the house, they're never going to learn anyway. So this is a very good topic you brought up today. Very good topic. I was always working in my house, and I'm still working in my house. SubhanAllah.
May Allah guide all the Muslim Ummah, Ya Rabbi. I mean, we'll come here because at 8 o'clock, inshallah. I don't know, subhanAllah, how the planning to be like 10 minutes before. But with this topic, always
It's a big topic.
Plus, I'm excited because our kids is man.
It's very important, sir.
Before we finish, by the way, my kids adults. The youngest one is 22 years. But it's still our kids responsible for everyone. Know the kids to give da'wah for the kids, to guide our kids, the community. It's a great reward.
Absolutely.
May Allah guide our kids, the Muslim Ummah, Ya Rabb. Ameen, Rabbin. We'll stop here for now, inshallah, until next week. Subhanallah. But if you have any question, prepare yourself. I have a question especially for this topic. Brother Muhammad, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, always here.
Sure.
And by the way, he's working here and there with money. But here free, alhamdulillah. جزاكم الله خير محمد. بارك الله فيكم. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.